Hello, folks. So some people asked me again, to my mods, to my Ender 6, one short update to my plate. It is now ready. As you can see, it fits perfectly and keeps the air away from flowing onto the heat bed and to the nozzle. So this works pretty good. Now some people ask, how did I manage it to put in this Noctua fan 12 volt into the Ender, because the Ender is operating with 24 volts. Yeah, that's why my printer is, as you see, laying down. And I opened the plate, the ground plate. What have I done? Pretty simple. This piece here is a step-down module, DC-DC step-down converter. This one is adjustable, and you have to solder the cables to it. This version is a little bit old. I had them laying around, so I didn't bought them, especially for the Ender 6. And yeah, how did I do that? This connector here is the fan connector. It also stands above it. Oh, come on, focus. Yeah, this is the fan connector. As you can see, this fan, the board fan, and the hot end cooler are both connected to this connector. And all that I do is I took the cables from the hot end cooler fan out and soldered them onto the step down module. But first, before you do this, when you have an adjustable DC step down converter, I connected two cables on the connector and soldered them to the input. Then I took my measurement device and adjusted the step down module to 12 volt at the output, and then I soldered the fan onto the board. Works pretty good. You have to keep one thing in mind: be aware of shortcuts. Maybe you can see this. Wait, I take out the red light. I glued the PCB onto a piece of wood because I wanted to make sure that I don't have a shortcut from the metal plate, because everything on the other side is open, and yeah, shortcuts between the input, output and ground, not good. So I lifted it up a little bit and isolated it with wood and two-sided tape. Works pretty good. There are some versions of it on Amazon with these green connectors, Phoenix connectors. That works a little bit better because you don't have to lift it up. You just use double-sided tape and tape it onto the plate. Yeah, that's everything I did. The other thing I did to my Ender 6, you see it, is the light bar up on the top here. It's operated by 2 times 12 volt LED lines. Yeah, again, asking a 24 volt power supply. I connected them in serial, so I just used directly the output of the 24 volt power device. The cable is going up here. Here is a little bit special thing what I did. This is the button for it. Don't ask me for the button, I had them laying around, so I have no links. Yeah, and you see it's pretty fucked up, but it works pretty well. And the funny thing is, the whole display on top here is connected with 4 screws through the profile line. As you see, I only have 3 holes, and through the 4th hole, I pulled the cables through it, and they're connected directly in serial to this connector, so it's directly switched. Yeah, then the cables are going onto the side, drilled a little hole into the bottom plate, and then it's going on the rail, up to the lines, and they are switched serial. So input, the red cable is the input, and this red cable goes from the output to the input of the second LED line, and then you have the ground cable completely going back. And yeah, that's, I think, the easiest way to get some lighting onto your Ender 6. Yeah. Ask questions if you have some. My setup works pretty good at the moment. I don't know why, but my USB serial port crashed. I don't know if you can see this, but this little spool called L5 next to USB connector is broken, so I don't know what happened here. I didn't connect anything to the board, but I saw them when I opened it a few moments before. Have to figure out what happened there, but yeah, in the future I will change this, the board cooler fan or whatever. Also, I don't like that. It's pretty loud, so when I stop it, you hear it, it's pretty quiet, and yeah, this will be exchanged too. Yeah, that's my setup, my electronic setup for the moment. In the future maybe I will switch the power supply, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with it, because when you're running the printer in standby, the fan doesn't rotate, so it's a regulated fan, and yeah, it's doing its job. So guys, keep in mind, keep it easy, do it as easy as possible. See ya.